Yo, man, what it do, man? This is your boy North End Floyd back with another episode, man. This is gonna be a dope episode. This is EP 116. We moving along, man. You know what I'm saying? It's been a great journey. It's been a great grind and stuff like that. I appreciate everybody that's been supporting your boy, been supporting the show, been supporting the page. Definitely, I appreciate y'all for doing that, man. But the show that we finna do today, man, is where do we find love? And one of the questions, we go dive into it, we go dissect it, and go see, well, where can you find love at? You know, and I actually posted this question, I think, and I was getting all kind of answers and stuff like that. So, in the comments and stuff down below, and if you feel any different from the comments or the opinions that we're saying, you can always just tap the line right there, which you can see right now, 409-233-0017. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm gonna bring my guest on. I got two highly educated yes, you know what I'm saying? So we finna have us a nice conversation and we finna dive in. So please share, please like and do all those good things and stuff like that. So let me bring my guest on, man. Like I said, I appreciate y'all for rocking out with y'all boy. So let me bring my guest on. What it do? What's up, Brandy? What's up, Barry?
What up?
Yeah, man.
How you doing, homie?
Yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? Brandy, you chimed in on the last show and you called in and you gave your perspective and stuff like that. I appreciate you for coming on and stuff. So
yeah,
I thank you, and let the people know who you are and stuff like that.
I am Brandy Harmon, and I'm in Lake Charles.
You in Lake Charles? I thought you was in the town. I thought you was out here right now.
Oh, I was. I had personal training session earlier today.
Dang, so you just be skating on that highway.
Yeah, I'm always on the road.
Okay. So. Hey, and my other guest, let them know who you is. What's up, Bear?
What's up, yo? This is Bear, host of Just Bear With Me, a brand new podcast. I hope y'all like it. Floyd, me and you, man, we know each other since what? Middle school, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. No doubt. It's been a minute.
It's been a hot minute, man. It's
so, hey, why don't you tell everybody how can they check out your show, your podcast and stuff like that? Where can they find this at?
Yeah, you can find the podcast on iHeart, Spotify, anywhere you find your podcast. You can find it on Apple Podcasts, anywhere. It comes out at least once a week. It's about a good little 30-minute episode all the time. Just basically just talking about everyday life through my perspective. Just try to keep the vibes positive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no doubt. So we got like 6 topics that I want to bring up, but man, I want to start off. It's a topic that I was surprised by the comments that it received, and it was a topic about, it was a guy, and he received custody of his kids, and he was dating a chick for 3 years, and the chick left him because she said she couldn't come home to 3 kids and stuff like that. And I was surprised by the comments, man. I was like, dang, you left this man for 3 years because you didn't want to come home with his kids. And somebody on the show was agreeing with the chick, and I was surprised. I was a little hurt. You know what I'm saying? Brandy, why did you agree that she should have left the dude?
No. I didn't say she should have left. I can understand. But I didn't agree with the fact that she dated him for 3 years because she already knew what situation she was getting into. However, she is entitled to leave at any point in time. That is not. But when you know that someone has children at any point in time, that mama could die, she can become unfit at any point in time. So that's something that you should expect if you're dating any person with children. But especially, because at the end of the day, okay, you're dating 3 years, you would assume, I would think, that you're leading up to marriage. You're dating to get married to that person.
For sure.
So that those children would have been in your life at some point in time. But I understand, because I don't have children, so I can understand that her entire world would be flipped upside down, and that's not something that she wanted to do.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying I get it.
So she was okay So you're saying she okay with the kids coming over and visit, long as they don't stay,
on
long
a
as you take
weekend.
it, long as
Yeah,
y'all take y'all ass back, I'm good.
yeah. But like I said, you can't expect that because at any point in time,
But you know what? On the flip side, females always want like the guys to be like, "Hey, you love me, you gotta love my kids." You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
You gotta take me for what it is or whatever. So I just thought it was a little,
Well, that's because
sure.
they have custody of them, so they not weekend. Most women are not weekend
Oh,
mothers.
so they don't. So she
So
ain't adjusting.
yeah,
She,
Yeah,
damn,
but
bro. That's
this kind of go back to what you said earlier, though. I mean, it's the fact that you jumped into this situation. You already knew the kids were going to be there. So why are you going to wait till 3 years later to bounce because of that? I mean, if you leaving because of something else in the situation, okay, that's cool. But if you're using that as your excuse for leaving,
mm-hmm.
uh,
I
she
think she,
probably was
that
looking
don't
for.
fly.
yeah, she probably was looking for a
She
way out.
probably was looking for a reason to get out anyway, and that was a perfect
Exactly.
exit for her.
I think it's good
Yeah,
on both ends
that
because
was her excuse. Yeah.
yeah, I think it's good on both ends because to be honest with you, I wouldn't want you with me if you don't take my kids. I mean, if you can't love my kids too,
Oh, for
then
sure.
shit. Okay, all right. Well, hell, I got my kids, so that's what
Yeah.
really is important and stuff like that. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about that because I was like, oh, Brandy, like, wow, like, damn, you know what I'm
And that's a
saying?
blessing in disguise too, because
Mhm.
it probably
Yeah,
wasn't even
exactly. I was going to say that. I was
Yeah,
going to say that exact same thing. It was probably it's for the best on all ends. If she bounced because of that, then okay, cool. You weren't needed to be around in the first place.
for sure. All
yeah.
right, man. Let's dive into these topics, man. Because you know what I'm saying. The episode is like, why is love so hard to find? So let's start off with the. Oh no, I'm finna push the wrong one, Brandy. I was finna push that one you was just
No,
talking
go
about.
ahead, go ahead. Get that one out
No, we gonna dive. We gonna get to that. We gonna warm up a little. We gonna warm up a little bit. But I almost pushed it. But okay,
the-
so if we all looking for love, then why is love so hard to find? Why do y'all think? And look, I
Mm,
ain't gonna lie. Your boy married, so. But
for
I'm
sure.
just just seeing what's going on out there and just seeing people in the comments and people posting and stuff and how they done with dating and you know he did her wrong and she did him wrong already and all this type of stuff. Why is love so hard to find if everybody's looking for love? What's going on, man? I mean, is it personalities? Is it people not they're not finding people that they level? I mean, are they looking in the wrong spot? What do y'all think? What's up with that? Y'all,
Brandon, I'm gonna let
go
you go
ahead.
ahead and
you
take the
gonna
start
you
on
gonna let
that
me
one.
take it? Okay. So
Yes,
I think
ma'am.
it's multifaceted. I think a lot of
Mm,
people want to receive love, but a lot of people don't know how to give love.
Mm,
So we
yeah,
constantly want to
yeah.
take, but when it comes down to like the real part of being in love, it's not just all, we had that what do you call it? The first part of it. I
what's
forgot
that?
what it's called. When the first, few months, few
Oh,
years.
the honeymoon
Yeah,
phase.
the
Oh,
honeymoon
honeymoon
phase.
phase. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
And so
Hmm.
then
yeah.
once you get past that, a lot of people can't they really cannot, a lot of people are not capable of giving love the way another person wants to be loved.
Because they
You know,
haven't
Yeah,
seen it probably.
you haven't seen it. How you grew up, how you were
yeah.
raised, that's
Mm.
where we get our first examples of love. Um, and then a lot of people, I truly feel, don't love themselves. So how can I love you if I don't know how to love
Mm.
myself? How can I give and show you love?
Yeah, that's true.
So
I think the culture too is kind of toxic right now. You know what I'm saying? From the music to
Oh,
the movies
absolutely,
to
absolutely.
reality TV. You know what I mean? It's kind of toxic out there. It's come on. I got a question. I even bring it up. I think it's I saved it. I tucked it in, but it was like, when guys cater to their woman when they do good things, and if they post it or if they get seen, they getting called simps and suckers and all kind of stuff. It's just not the norm now. When you see a guy, you know what I'm saying, doing type of stuff for his lady and stuff like that, he getting
Man,
ridiculed and stuff. So
man, look, they need to get over that. Okay, real talk. I mean, because the thing is, you can't, because that's a problem right there within itself. Not even just the fact that people are calling them simps or whatever like that, just because they doing something for their gal, but the fact being that they're worried about what other people say or think. Man, who cares? This is
mm-hmm.
between you and your gal or your significant other, whoever that is. If if that person, if that's their love language, and then you're catering to that love language and you doing for them, man, do for them. Who cares what somebody outside the relationship think, because they're not doing anything to help you. All they're doing is just tearing it down because of some, like I was talking about, some toxicity going on from their past, or some jealousy they might have because, oh, you two got something good going on, but here I am sitting by myself twiddling my thumbs with nobody to hold my hand and nobody for me to be booed up with. You know, I'm thinking that's a problem right there in the first place. You worried about other people. You don't even let. One of the things my mom, rest her soul, taught me while we were growing up is basically whatever happened in the house, stay in the house.
Facts,
so
yeah.
you don't let other people inside your house, whether it be good or bad. You don't let anybody inside your house. Don't let anybody inside your relationship, because they're not part of it. It's between you and that person, and that's it.
Yeah, I feel like, man, that's the main thing, man. I know this couple, man. They always posting their problems on Facebook. You know, they always asking people, you know, such and such on Facebook, man. And to be honest with you, Facebook does not have your best interest when it comes to your relationship. People want to read the comments.
No.
They want to see the toxic. They want to see the videos. They want to see the screenshots. You know, they don't have your best interest when it comes to Facebook. You can't ask questions about your relationship on Facebook. That's the number one rule. Do not do that. But I just think, like, what's her name, Miss Hogan?
Drama.
They want to see the drama. Like Miss Hogan said, she said social media has ruined relationships as well. It's an expectation of who's doing better. Okay, yeah, I feel that. You know what I'm saying? It is kind of like a little, you know, a little pageant show sometimes, because people don't want to show their flaws.
Yeah, keep it up with the Joneses type thing.
Yeah, facts though. But hey, do you think like it's okay? Do you think like where you go is, you know, you can find, like, people think like, you know, go to church, there's good men in the church, or go to there and there. You think you can find love at a particular place or something like that, or whatever? You think that's actually true?
Look,
I heard that before. They got good women in church, man. Go get your church.
I think honestly, church is probably the worst place to find someone, and that's
that's the worst place.
That's not against anyone who goes to
oh damn.
That's the worst,
because it's fake. Yeah. They look. I mean, I'm a church going dude. I've been raised in a church all my life. You know, I'm Christian, all that. You know, but at the same time, people be putting on this show like, they're Sunday Christian only, and then Monday through Saturday.
Yeah.
Then Monday through Saturday is a whole nother person. You be like, dang, I didn't know you was like that.
Yeah. Like they go to sleep at like 4 a.m. from the club, and then they got to get up and go to church.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, me
and coming to church Sunday morning smelling like sweat and Hennessy.
me and Bill were talking earlier, where it's like, you know, it's kind of hard when you're introverted. You don't go a lot of places, so it's kind of hard to meet people. And I just do want to say that, like, a lot of people, based on like the last podcast and the topic, like, you know, people are always talking about, you know, the independent woman, how these women are, and I'm like, but I'm in my 40s, so if I'm in my 40s, I'm not going to be out at the club doing certain stuff. I'm not going to be in certain places. I'm not shaking my ass on TikTok and all these other things. And I mean, I work for the man, so I can't do all that stuff. But at the same time, like, you have to understand that we do have to be able to put ourselves out there. But at the same time, a lot of it is the rejection, because somebody may not be on your level. Like, I literally, the last time I went on a date was over a year ago. And I have not, at this point, I don't entertain nobody, because if you don't want what I want, it's pointless, because emotionally, mentally, I don't have the energy to deal with somebody who does not want the same thing that I want. And most people with the dating now, I don't know if any of y'all tried online dating, but everybody just want to have sex. And nobody wants to take the time to get to know anybody. It's that you know, back in the day, we didn't have social media. We could, you know, talk on the phone, you know, different things like that. It's just everything is texting. Let me text you. Let me text you. Let me text you. Nobody wants to pick up the phone. And then if they do take you out on a date, it may only be one date. And then they think, okay, well, I didn't do my part. And so, you know, let's switch it and let's take it back to the house type of situation. Like, nobody wants to actually get out the house. Everybody wants to put you in a situation to where, you know, you're not, well, in some people, you're not comfortable. Some people don't care. And I don't judge you. If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. But a lot of times people want to have the sex, have the children, and then we're going to figure it out.
Yeah, yeah, and yeah,
And that's so backwards. That is so backwards. Have the sex after children, then we're gonna figure it out what we're gonna do.
Yeah, because a lot of times you don't like the person, you really wanted to have sex with them, and you ended up, slipping up, and now you got this family over here. So now what I'm gonna do? Okay, well, let me go ahead and try to make this work when y'all never were compatible and shouldn't have been together in the first place.
Yeah, I mean, and like you said, like after the honeymoon phase over with, then you realize, oh man, this guy right here, he has no goals. His credit is bad. Baby mama drama. He's a gang member. You know what I'm saying? All kind of stuff. And then you're like, God damn, what happened? And that's what happens when you
we don't have the conversations anymore like we used to. Like I found in my case, when I ask questions that aren't even hard questions, people literally start running like, why are you asking these questions? Or I don't like it's, and I'm like, this ain't even a hard question, yo. So it's like, if we can't even have basic conversations, how are we gonna move into deeper conversations?
Well, let me ask you this, because like, okay, so our age demographic, we're a little bit older. So you don't think like people our age don't get tired and be like, man, all right, okay, let's throw sex out the way. I'm tired of, what I'm saying, let me get to learn this person. Let me take my time. I'm in my late 30s. Okay. It shouldn't be just about sex now. You know what I'm saying? Let me get to know this person.
Experience.
Okay, let me ask you this. So your last date was a year ago.
Yeah.
Where did he take you on your date? Where'd y'all go on that date?
Oh God, I don't want to put this online.
You said that was the last date. That was a year ago. So it must have been horrible.
So my last date, we went to Embers in Lake Charles at the casino. Embers.
Embers. Okay. Do you consider that a good place to go on a date? Because
it's 5-star. Yeah.
Oh, okay. 5-star.
Right.
Okay, man. Okay, he was trying to go all out.
It was very good. Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. It's a good date. Okay. All right. That's surprising. Okay.
All right. There you go.
Okay.
So if y'all looking for somewhere to go, take your wife, or even whatever. Yeah, just that's a good place.
Yeah. I don't know who Facebook uses, but okay. So why didn't work? Okay, so that was the last date. So I guess after that, we're not gonna go into the details for sure. So I guess he wanted to proceed to the Netflix and chill. Like, okay, I didn't took her to this 5-star. You know what I'm saying? I didn't impress her. It was a good date. Let me go ahead and, what I'm saying.
No, it's just a lot of times people, I think sometimes we're not the same place. You know what I mean? So that particular person has a lot of things going on in their life, and I don't have those same things going on in my life. So on both ends of the spectrum, I have to be able to decide, do I want to deal with this as well? Because me not having children, it's a lot for me to date someone with children. I have no issue dating anyone with children, but it's just there's certain things that I don't deal with because I don't have that in my life to know what that is to deal with it. So a lot of times, in my case, it's a lot harder because I still do want children. So it's a lot harder at this age, at 41, for someone to actually still want to have a child, because most people have already been married, divorced, they have 3 or 4 children, they may be a grandparent, they're not trying to redo that. So for me, I don't feel like it's fair for someone to expect me to be the stepmama, help you raise your kids, be a grandparent, but you won't even give me what I want, which is just a child. You know what I mean? It's like it's kind of that. It's an imbalance on my end.
Hey, Terry said, where did he take you again?
Right there.
Embers, Terry. Where'd you say, Bear? My bad. Terry wanted to know where did he take
no, you're good.
Yeah. Embers.
Yeah, you're good. No, only thing I was saying, you might have to put that out there because apparently everybody would have wanted to find out.
Ember Grill and Wine Bar. It is in La Berge Casino.
Okay, that's what's up. 5-star. 5-star. Have y'all money right too. Sure. Good oysters.
Definitely have your money right.
They got some good oysters in there.
For real.
Yeah.
Bear, what you was gonna say? Tap in.
Yeah. What I was thinking is like that's a compatibility issue. What you were saying, Brandy, about the kids and everything, because you don't have kids and you don't want anybody to expect you to be all of a sudden, instant mom, saying just add Brandy and boom, you got instant mom, instant grandma, whatever like that. So
Grandma Brandy.
that's a compatibility issue. Grandma Brandy for real. That's
Grandma
that's a
Brandy.
compatibility issue, just from the jump right there, and that just goes back to the whole. There needs to be conversation before you get started. I mean, what's lost is courting. Nobody courts anymore. It's like you were saying. Everybody just wants to jump straight into the instant gratification. Okay, I took you out. Let's go have sex. Let's go back to my place. Or let's go back to your place. Or you know what? We can just do this in the back of the car real. Find the empty parking lot. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that's just how it is now. It's that instant gratification. And court. People lost courting. That's a long lost art. People don't want to sit back and talk, call each other instead of just texting each other all the time.
Yeah, because what I'm saying, your text can get out. Your text messages can get out of context or whatever, because you might text something and she might or he might read it wrong.
Yeah.
And it's not. I think it's when you texting, it's not as personal, or whatever. So I got a friend, I got a brother of mine.
Right.
He likes to text or whatever. He told me, man, I don't. Before a long time ago, he said, man, I don't talk to chicks. I just text them. I say, come on, bro. Y'all got a long conversation. You just text it? He said, yeah, I just text the conversation or whatever. But that's what it's getting to, man. Like you said, nobody want to court. Nobody want to take the time. Nobody don't want to get to know the person that you're actually dating. You know what I'm saying? And you're spending your time, because you could be wasting a lot of time, if you don't get to know this person and you find out later on
that you don't like them.
Yeah, for sure. So let's tap into another topic, man. How do childhood traumas and upbringing affect their adult relationships? Like, how does that really affect them growing up and having these relationships? You know what I'm saying? It's childhood trauma.
Oh man.
I could go, you know what I'm saying? I could go with that. You know what I'm saying? You want me to go there?
Jump on?
Yeah.
Go for it, bro. It's your show.
I think I was fortunate, you know what I'm saying, to see my parents growing up. My parents was together, and I just seen how my dad, what he did, you know what I'm saying, as far as my mom and the dedication that they both had for our upbringing and stuff like that. So I actually seen, the relationship. I didn't see no toxic fighting and all this type of drama and stuff like that. So growing up, it made me want to have a relationship where both of us was together to achieve goals, and we was like a team, you know what I'm saying? Because when I think about relationships and like marriage and stuff, I think like, okay, we're a team, like we're together, we're one.
Yes.
And we both have like a common goal to like find our place and like be have a healthy relationship. So I mean, that's what I seen when I was growing up. Like, a lot of people they didn't see that. So I could understand if somebody just grew up and their mom was just dating different dudes, and they never had their father to show them certain things, so they never had to see certain things, because growing up, I mean, it's what you see. It ain't pretty much what people tell you. People always say, hey, don't go by what you see, go by what it tell you. It don't really work like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, kids, they go by what they see. So if they see like you know what I'm saying, like domestic violence all the time, then if he see his dad hitting his mom, then he might grow up and he might see, he might hit on his girlfriend or something like that. And it's just to be honest with you, I just seen a video out here in this area and stuff. It didn't went viral. It was like about 60,000 views on it or something like that. And it was a domestic dispute between this man and this chick, and the dude hit the girl and all that kind of stuff. And he was showing pictures of his truck getting trash and all that. And I think you got to blame some of that childhood trauma, what they seen growing up, man. You know what I'm saying, on both sides. So
yeah.
But what do y'all feel about that, man? I don't want to keep rambling on this stuff. So
well, I think definitely how we grow up is our first introduction into relationships, because that's only what you see for the first 18 years of your life. So however you grew up, that's what you're going to display when, in those early years, until you get old enough to understand, hey, or for someone that you're dating who didn't grow up in that situation to tell you like, this ain't right. You know what I mean? And you got to be able to receive. Like that's a thing that a lot of times we don't want to hear that we're wrong or that we're not doing something right or that, you know, we're this way or this way or this way. You know, like you have to also be able to receive correction from somebody. So it's not necessarily an excuse, but a lot of times, you know, like if you were abandoned, you know, if your parents were never home, you were neglected, you might become clingy and jealous. You know, if you had to compete, if it's too many siblings, you may be competing, you know, for your siblings, you know, for your parents' affection and your time. So you may start, you know, trying to do this and this, you know what I mean? Or you didn't grow up in a household that liked to hug or showed affection.
Mm-hmm.
So you're now we don't know how to show love. We don't like that was me when I was younger. Like I didn't like people touching me. I didn't understand why people wanted to touch. I'm like, what is wrong with you?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, because I wasn't in a household where it was like, you know, you hug and you love and you say you love you. It was like love was provision. You got food, you got a roof over your head. And so that was very hard for me to break when I got older because, you know, get into a serious relationship with someone who had two parents in the household. So they saw something totally different. So we had two totally different views on relationships. So, and that person, I can honestly say, when I hit a point in my life where I truly started understanding it, I went back and I reached out to that person and I said, thank you for having patience with me. I learned so much from you, especially on the communication front.
You
Like,
talking about a guy you dated?
yeah.
Okay.
Like, literally,
Okay.
like communication wise, like, because I didn't get it, you know, and so it takes someone else willing to have that patience with you also, because just because this is what I knew doesn't mean that it's right. You know,
Right.
Yeah, I think we fail to realize, like Lachey say, man, like your upbringing plays a important role to, you know, like you said, like, you know, how you go about your relationship and stuff like that. And we don't we don't look at that. And like you say, like you said, you didn't want to be touched and stuff like that. And I think it's the atmosphere you raise your kids in, you know. So like we said, if your kid is seeing you fighting and doing all this arguing and stuff like that, then that's what they going, you know, unfortunately take into a relationship, unless they have somebody that's going to be patient and work with them. And hopefully they don't have to go through domestic abuse to go through that with them.
but I also want to add, I don't mean to cut you off. A lot of times we don't know what issues we have until we get into the relationship, because that's when they become magnified. So
see, I was going to get on that point. Yeah.
Until you get in that relationship, a lot of those issues start coming out because of whatever happened in childhood. That's when we start acting out. And it's not even that we're trying to act out. We're just responding to that inner child that never was healed because we didn't know it was wrong.
Man, come on. Look, that's exactly. Okay, look. Personal. I'm going through it right now as far as divorce is concerned, right? And we got a 11-year-old boy. He's going to be 12 next week. Next Saturday is his 12th birthday. And the thing is, what's part of the problem is, it's like you said, you probably have some type of, I don't even know if it's childhood trauma or just some previous relationship issue that you might have had that might have been had before, you know, you get into this marriage or this long-term relationship that you're in, that may be affecting you and your personality to the point that it's hard for you to even break out of that, and you can't even see that, and you can't even understand that you're even having this situation, no matter how much the person who loves you is even trying to tell you what's going on and trying to help you out through this. And you're not going to see it because you're in denial, or you don't think there's something wrong with you. You think that, hey, this is just me. This is just who I am, or however you want to word it and say it. And I grew up in a house where my biological father, he took off when I was 3 years old. Never seen of him or heard from him ever since then. Even to this day, that was back in October of '82. And like I said, to this day, this is like exactly 40 years ago last month. Haven't seen or heard from him. Don't know if this guy's dead or alive. My mom never talked any kind of trash about this dude at all. You know what I mean? But she never jumped into another relationship either. So, but what she always did show me was how to love people. And even if I never saw how the relationship between a husband and wife should be, I still had an understanding of how you should be towards people, period. You know,
Yeah, that's true.
and
Yeah.
you know,
facts.
exactly. So I mean, and I might be trying to kind of ramble in here a little bit, but I'm trying to wrap it up. It's like what I'm trying to say is basically, you want to learn how to communicate with individuals, regardless. Like I said, it kind of goes back to the whole courting thing. You got to go into it and you got to ask the right questions. Unfortunately, I didn't ask the right questions like I should have.
Yeah.
You know, what was your childhood like? How's your relationship with your parents? Like somebody just posted on.
We really don't ask them
some of those two questions.
Hey, to be honest with
We
you,
don't.
Barry,
We don't ask
we
those
don't
questions, man. And I
I
don't know why that is. I don't even know why we don't, man. But that's
I mean,
it's legit stuff that needs to be asked.
Yeah, when you're younger, you don't know to ask those questions, you know. But now, at our age, after you get that experience, now you know, hey, these were some questions that I need to ask, you know. And it's sad that, unfortunately, like, especially if you're growing up in a single parent household, and even if you have two parents, it don't necessarily mean that it's not going to be, you know, healthy. Some people just stay together just for the children. They don't talk. They don't sleep in the same bedroom. Like, and then you're showing that to your child how to communicate and how to, you know, like, oh, we don't communicate. We just gonna fake it. Then we get in public and we pretending like everything is all right. Like, that's not healthy either.
Let me ask you this: when do y'all think when do y'all think is the perfect time to ask somebody, like, how was your childhood in growing up? Do you ask that like before you start dating, the first date, second date, third date, when you get comfortable?
Well, when y'all get to that level of, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, young hope. You straight?
No, I'm good.
Floyd?
I'm good.
Okay. I think it has to be early for sure, you know, but I think maybe like, I don't know, maybe it depends on the comfort level that you have with that person. I'd say personally, if I put a number on it, maybe like the fourth or fifth date. You know, because I mean, when you're into date number 4 or 5, that lets you know that, okay, I might be into this person. Okay. So, and personally, I'm into a relationship for the long haul. I'm not in for a relationship for just, you know, short term. What can I get out of this real quick, turn around and bounce back with somebody else? So I think that's something you probably want to ask early. What's up, bro?
I think so. When you get to that 4th or 5th date, I think that if you like, some people, they might like that person where they don't even ask that question no more. They're going to be like, you know what? I like this person. And I don't want to ask that question because I don't want to disrespect that person. It might be, you know, I don't want to step on their toes. It might be too personal.
You don't want to rock the boat.
Question. And so they just go keep going with the flow. And like you said, we're going to figure it out. And I'm just going to hope that he had a great upbringing and stuff like that. Because right now he's displaying all kind, or she's displaying all type of things that I want because we're in the honeymoon phase. So of course she's gonna try, or he's gonna try to be perfect. So you're not gonna ask that question because the honeymoon phase right now, you're blinded. You blinded because they're trying to do everything.
Dude, rose tinted glasses.
Yeah, they try to. So like I said, I think the honeymoon phase is over when y'all had like that first argument. To me, that's just my opinion. My opinion is the honeymoon phase is,
I agree.
You know, after, you know, like maybe like 6 to 8 months, you know, after all this being nice and friendly and, you know, then you like, you know what, when y'all had that first argument and you could get over it, then I think that's when a relationship truly starts. Because now you really starting to figure out who or he or she really is, because now, you know, it's over and stuff like that. So, you know, do you want to build or what?
I'll tell you something that I've done. Like, I'm very untraditional in doing things. So I'm okay with going out. I like going out. But at the same time, I'll say one thing that I did that was really different and really helpful was we went to the park and I said, hey, write down some questions you want to know. We both came with a notebook and we sat there for about an hour and we asked each other different questions that were important to us based on our previous experiences. And that was a chance to literally get to know, put it all out on the table. Because at the end of the day, if the person gonna leave, they gonna leave. So whether they find out something on the third date, like that deal breaker is that deal breaker. It don't matter when you find out.
Yeah.
So for me, I'd rather put all my cards out on
third
the
year
table,
went
put my
off.
skeletons out of the closet, and let's see. And then once we get this out the way, then we can focus on everything else and we can truly get to know each other. But I don't want to wait, 3 or 4 months to find out something that's a deal breaker. So for me, if there's a deal breaker, I'm gonna ask you up front about certain stuff.
You have your deal breaker questions?
What are my questions?
No. Do you have like deal breaker questions?
Yeah, I mean, I'll ask questions like things that are important to me, and then also a lot of times I'll just ask open ended questions, and I just let you talk because people
Okay.
like to talk. So if you literally just let people, especially about themselves, so if you let them talk, they are going to tell you their truth.
Brandy, be honest with you, that's really like, I'm not gonna lie, but back in the days, that's what I used to do. I just let the female talk. Females like to
Hey, for
talk, and
real though.
you throw a few words in there, let her talk, let her explain herself.
People are going to talk, and I mean, I have found out so much stuff by just letting people talk and
Yeah.
just asking random stuff. And a lot of times, I can't give all my stuff away, but yeah, like you just ask random stuff, and they just decide, they're going to decide what they want to answer, what they're comfortable with. And I'll put in a bunch of silly stuff in with a bunch of serious stuff. So that way you don't know what's my deal breaker or not. But I'm going to ask you because I'm also looking to see how honest and comfortable you are with communication. Like if you literally cannot answer a question, and I'm not talking about like if I'm asking you something about like a abusive childhood or something bad that happened to you, but if I'm just asking you general, fun questions, and you're just like really not uncomfortable talking, for me, that's going to bother me because it's like if we're getting to know each other and you're not okay talking, what's going to happen when a real issue comes up?
Mm-hmm.
Because if we're in our honeymoon phase, you so in love with me, you should be, just talking. So it's like when the shit hits the fan and you really are uncomfortable with something, are you going to tell me?
Yeah, exactly. And that all plays a big part of communication.
Yeah.
And I think people really underestimate communicating, man. Like people, we talk about communicating, but I don't think people really communicate like they're supposed to, man. Like if you love that person, like anything should be addressed. Like everything is on a table. I seen a post, and the chick was saying something like she don't want to date. She said, I'll mess up what she said, but she said she was talking about basically she wants the guy to be as open as possible, like emotionally open. She don't want you to hold nothing. She wants you to be able to address everything. And I kind of feel on that because I think communication, like, don't, if you feel in a certain way, please tell me. Don't hold it too much from now. Don't bring it up later. Let's talk about this now. Let's get this out the way and let's build because I want to have a healthy relationship because it's stressful, man.
And it's okay to say, like, at this moment, I'm not comfortable with talking about this, but we can address it again.
Yeah.
And I think that's the thing is a lot of times people don't talk. They try to manipulate because, they don't tell you because they know, well, she may not talk to me because if she knows this about me, she may not talk. Well, give me that chance to find out and let me deal with how I want to proceed. Because you never know. There might be something about me I don't want you to know or I'm not comfortable with talking about. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to still tell you. And I mean, at the end of the day, all you can do is just say, you know what, this isn't the situation for me. And I can move on.
Part of the problem.
So Ashley said, the problem I found is that even with those questions, people lie about the answers.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't really say. I mean, you can't really. I mean, there ain't no answer to that. Yeah, people gonna lie, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But I think the truth eventually gonna show itself. So,
one problem about communication, I think that we have is just the fact that beyond the fact of not just being honest, but the fact that when we communicate, we don't listen. Well, we listen for our opportunity to jump in to say what we want to say, but we don't listen to learn. And that's a problem I've found that a lot of people have with communication. They don't want to listen to hear what, like I'm not listening to hear what Brandy has to say. I'm just listening for when Brandy has a pause so I can jump in and I can just say what I have to say, and that's a problem that we have as people, period. I think if we learn to just listen to one another a little bit more, we have a better understanding of why somebody might think the way they think. instead of just jumping in just for an opportunity just to be heard, basically. And that's what a problem. That's a big problem, I think, with communication.
And that could be projection.
And of course, the whole lying part.
Yeah, I'm sorry to cut. That could be projection. Like if you're saying something
I was done.
That's offensive to me or something that I see in myself that you're talking about, then instead of actually listening to what you're saying, now I'm trying to jump in and I'm trying to defend myself. And you know what I mean? So I think a lot of times people do that too. Is you can't say I'm like this, you know. Let me go ahead, let me find something about you and let me go ahead. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, I'm gonna cut them because they cut me. I see that a lot. People are like, well, I'm gonna hurt them first.
Yeah, for sure. And like Justin said, like you said, Baron, what Justin's saying, you know what I'm saying, you got to listen to understand.
Shout out to Justin. That's my brother in Portland, Oregon.
Oh, that's your brother in Portland. Okay, West Coast. Hey, shout out to
that's
the
what
West
I'm
Coast,
talking
man.
about.
That's what I'm saying. Hey, Justin, share this to all your West Coast homies and let them know how we rocking and stuff like that. So let's move on to the next topic, man.
Spread the word. Spread the word.
So how do you know when it's time to end a long-term relationship? Because that can be kind of, you know, that you can be like, that's tough right there. So we going through all this, you know what I'm saying? You're going through the childhood trauma, the upbringing, the relationships and stuff like that. How do you know when to end? Because like we were saying at the beginning of the show, old chick, she just said, hey, I'm done with the 3 kids. You bringing 3 kids? I'm done. In 3 years, it don't matter. I'm done or whatever. But some people, they, you know, it's a little tougher, you know. But how do you know when it's time to end a long-term relationship, Barrett? Let's start with you on that one. Shout out for the hearts.
Yeah, for real, huh? Just hearts, Facebook user.
Yeah, that's what's up.
But yeah, but yeah, look, I mean, dude, I don't think there's like a definitive answer for that one. More, it's you. I think what people need to do is listen to their hearts and their minds more than their hearts, because a lot of times people stay in it. Like I think Brandy, I think you said something like this too earlier, about people stay in it because, you know, they have kids together, so they want to stay in a relationship longer because they want to they want to try to keep the relationship going for the kids and everything. And honestly, it doesn't help anything if neither side or one side, if one side or neither side is trying to do anything to fix the relationship. Because if you're just staying in it just for the facts of staying in it, you're not helping anything. You need to stay in it and for the fact of trying to build on it and try to improve upon the relationship that you have. I mean, because if you're staying in it just for the fact of staying in it, you're like I said, you're doing nothing but breeding toxicity, and your child is looking at, is this how you're supposed to have a relationship? Is this how it's supposed to be? This is how am I supposed to treat my future wife or husband? Is this how I'm supposed to be treated in the future? And that's definitely not the example that you want to set. So you want to set the right example for that kid or those kids. And again, it's just one of those things that you know when it's time to get out, but you just have to listen to it and act upon it, and you just need to move.
Yeah. I think, you know what I'm saying, a relationship, you know, when you first start, I mean, you're constantly growing and you're constantly changing. So you're not going to be the same person you was 10 years ago. Certain things you might like, certain things you might not like. But I think you need to communicate with your partner.
Ooh, this comment right here.
Y'all.
That comment right there. Peace is so underrated, dude. So
yeah. So I mean, like you're constantly growing. So I think, you know, if you have this communication with your partner, then you're learning your partner as they grow too. And like you said, communication, I don't think it gets no bigger than communicating when you understand your partner. Because like, I mean, like, so me and my wife, we've been together for over 15 years and stuff like that. And the person I was when I first met her is not even close to the person I am now. And I think communicating and understanding, I mean, she has a grasp for that or whatever. She knows my goals. She knows how I am.
Yeah.
And sometimes, you know, they even, you know, it's even a case when, you know, sometimes they even know what you're thinking. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd be hungry and she'd be like, hey, you want some? I'm like, what the? I'm like, yeah, I want some of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, how the hell you know I wanted that or whatever?
Like,
and it just,
You in my belly?
But like the communication, man, I don't know what Charles Alfred talking about. We ain't even talking about no kids right now. He talking about F them kids and shit. I don't even know what my homie talking about right now. Shout out to my boy Charles Alfred, man. But
Charles was good, homie.
I think I think it's tough to when you're ending a long-term relationship, and especially if it's kids involved too. That's even tougher because you got to think about the kids and you got to make these arrangements and stuff like that, and you got to break it down to your kid and all that type of stuff, like what's going on. So I think it's very tough to end a long-term relationship. And I think that's what makes a lot of people be reluctant to get back into a relationship so quick because they gave all these years and this time, and it's like, damn, do I want to start over? Do I want to do this again? What if this happens again? You know what I'm saying? Right. So a lot of people like, I understand not jumping back into the game, especially like how it is now. Because what I'm seeing right now on both sides of the field,
it's hard out here in these streets.
It's crazy. I didn't think it was that crazy. Like I'm still.
I've been hearing horror stories for real, dude. Not just because it's around Halloween either.
I'm still flabbergasted.
I think you say Akia said, when my peace starts getting interrupted to the point I don't even want to walk into my house, or I cringe when I see your name, it's time to go.
Ooh. Dude, I remember times I pull up to the garage, to the driveway, and I just sit in the car for about, man, there have been times I sit in the car for about 30, 45 minutes after getting off of work.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Because I just did not want to get in that house. I'm like, man, I can't be dealing with this.
Yeah. I actually showed a video, and it's on my page. Y'all can check it out on the Kikback page. And it's a video this dude was explaining, how the girl he was with gave him peace, and he's like, man, I could be playing basketball, and after the game I just want to get to my girl. And that's how he said that's all he was thinking, like, I want to get to my girl because she brings peace and comfort and all that type of stuff. And I was checking that out, and then and he said on both sides, he said, yeah, you got to bring peace to her to make it has to be like a 50-50 as far as making it happen. But
there's a balance.
The video is very dope. I like what he's saying. I like his perspective on it. And like I said, you could check it out on the page and stuff. But he was talking about as far as peace, and peace is everything. Like you said, you sitting in the car for 45 minutes because you ain't trying to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's trying to get off of work and come home to a toxic relationship, come home and the first thing she's gonna do is argue with you. You know what I'm saying? Not saying, hey babe, how you been? How was your day? I love you. I miss you. First thing was, nobody wants that, bro. No. I'm just saying nobody wants that. Yeah. Nah. Shout out to the new followers, Ms. Laurie. What it do? Shout out to you. And shout out to Miss Jackson too. Miss Jackson does a lot of things in the community and stuff. She does her thing. And I think Miss Jackson been married for like 40 years or something like that. Miss Jackson, put on the comments below how long you've been married. Also, let me take a short break. Let me tell everybody, can y'all please share this podcast, share it to your friends, share it to your homies. My boy Barry, he has a podcast also. It's called Bear With Me, and you can find that everywhere, Bear.
You find that everywhere, man. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, anywhere you do your podcast, man, you can find it. Just bear with me.
For sure. All right, so this next topic, man, what do y'all think about? Would y'all date? Okay, so after all the, going through all this drama and toxic, and you're single and stuff like that, after a while, do you date somebody? I mean, would you date somebody? Well, let me flip it on the opposite, but would you date somebody who settled for you? Like settled for you. So Brandy, let's say, okay, Brandy, you're about 6'3", right? Height wise.
I'm 5'5".
You 5'5"?
I'm about to say, man, Brandy, that was a growth spurt for real.
Brandy, why I thought you was like 6 feet?
I'm a shorty. I'm not.
What?
But what's up?
Oh my God! Hold on. Oh snap!
Man, drop the ball.
Tall. Oh.
Remember when you asked on the question, you said, "What's the shortest you'll go?" And I said 5'4", and I'm 5'5". That's why.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I know you. Yeah.
Oh snap!
I'll go 1 inch shorter than me.
Yo, when you
That's
said
about
that, I
it.
was like, damn. That's
Oh
like, okay,
dang!
damn,
Imagine she was 6'3" dating somebody 5'4" though.
no, and now I remembered. I commented. I think I hearted because I was like, damn, Brandy, okay, she dating short guys or whatever. I didn't know. Oh,
I
shit.
don't. Your height doesn't
Holy
dictate how you're
cow.
gonna treat me. So no, I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna discriminate against
Shit.
short people.
I
Excuse my
love it.
language. Excuse my language.
I
Okay.
love
All right. Okay. All right. So that goes my question on that. But okay. So okay. So
it.
damn, because I was like, Brandy, okay, so you 6 something. Would you date a guy that's okay? So if you preference wise, would you date a guy shorter than you?
Yes, like I said, that your height has nothing to do with how you're gonna treat me. Now I'm not. I don't want no one that's so short. Like I don't know what they're called. I'm gonna call them little people because I'm not sure the PC term.
Yeah, we don't
But
know what
I'm
that means
not
anymore.
into someone on that level. But like I mean, 5'4" I think is we can still see eye to eye kind of
Yeah, for sure.
situation.
Yeah, I think a lot of I think okay. So would you date somebody who settled for you? So okay, so
But how would you know that they like? Did they say something to
yeah,
you? Like how do
no,
you know?
okay. So look, let me throw out an assumption. So let's just say a female was out there and she was like, hey, I only date guys that uh, have their own house and they got to be 6 feet tall and all that. But y'all start talking and and you're like 5'6" and that that's not her preference, but she still is dating you and she's just settling for you. Are you okay with that, knowing that the guy that she describes that she is into is not you? Like,
We
let's
don't
just say
match.
she likes
Yeah.
guys with beards and she likes them to be 6 feet, athletic, and you don't fit none of that. You know what I'm saying? And you dating her, and is that okay with you, knowing that you don't fit her or his description of what they would prefer?
So in that particular example, I don't think that's settling. I think that's just opening her mind up to something different
Yeah.
than what she expected. To me, settling would be someone that you know good doggone well you're not attracted to them. Um, the person that you wanted wasn't available, so this was the next person that showed you attention.
So they desperate.
Yeah, it's basically like, well, I don't have no more options, so this is it.
Yeah.
You see, I think
Bear, what you?
settling is. I don't think you can really. I don't think you really settle when it comes to like a look. When it comes to looks is concerned, I think more is settling as far as like personality. Like you don't vibe with this person, but you
Okay.
sticking with them anyway, or you just date them anyway, just because. Well, I just don't want to be lonely. It's cuffing season, so I just want to have some. I just want to be booed up with somebody real
Hey,
quick.
you think
A lot
that?
of people do
Hey,
that.
you think
So
that happens a
that's
lot? People be
me
like,
is
they
settling.
don't.
It's on your nerves, but you staying with them regardless. Yeah, there's a lot of people. I mean, look, all right, I'm a nurse, okay, and in a cancer center,
Yeah.
but there are so many people I've seen, so many relationships I've seen people jump in, and I'm like, why are you with this cat when you was just talking? I mean, you was talking cash about them just yesterday,
Hey
and
Bear,
you talking about how you can't stand them and how they get on your nerves.
hey Bear,
What's up?
how is it in the nursing
What up?
field? Is it crazy? Like at them big hospitals, is
Nah,
everybody dating everybody? Doctors dating this nurse and all that? I didn't watch Grey's
it ain't
Anatomy.
like
I
that,
watched
man.
Grey's Anatomy. I know how I get down on
Grey's
Grey's Anatomy.
Anatomy.
Grey's Anatomy, boy, they banging everybody on there. They in abandoned
Dude,
rooms and
let me tell
everything.
you. I'm gonna tell you something, man. It can get like that in certain hospitals, in certain departments. I'm
Mm,
pediatrics, all right, and a lot of people. It's crazy though. There's a lot of young people in it, all right. Yes, who still dating, but they got a lot of young people and middle aged and older people who marry. I mean, they got a lot of married folk in there. I mean, you see a
yeah.
lot of people, a lot of the nurses, a lot of doctors walking around there with these big old, I mean, rocks of Gibraltar on their fingers, man. I mean, they let
Mm,
it be known, uh, man. I'm about to blind y'all real quick with this thing on my finger.
hmm
I mean, seriously, those rocks are huge. So they let you know, oh, we married, But they got some out there. I ain't going front, especially like I said, especially with ICU nurses and ER nurses and doctors. Man, I tell you, they some promiscuous. That ER life is kind of legit.
Yeah.
Kind of legit. Kind of legit.
Okay. So y'all, so it's like you say, it's cuffing season. It's the holidays. So somebody right now is like, you know what? I don't really like that person, but he's a good guy or she's a good girl, and I'm just finna let me. It's the holidays.
Mm-hmm.
It's cuffing season. Let me cuff them right now, and then maybe like February or something like that, I'll exit out and
Yeah,
just
because
move
in
on and do
cuffing
my
season,
thing.
it's cold. Well, not really out here, but when I was
Absolutely.
in Georgia, it's cold as hell.
Yep.
So you ain't trying to
Yeah.
leave the house. So you come over to my house, I come over to your house. That's what a lot of people do.
Exactly.
And Brandy, would you settle for a guy that don't like to travel?
Yep.
Because you like to travel, you be all over the world.
I can't.
I don't think that could happen. I'm about to say, I don't think that could happen. I know somebody who's like that. She loves to travel, dude, and she's just like, I can't deal with somebody who doesn't want to travel. She's like, if you don't have your passport, we can't do nothing.
Yeah, it's not that you gotta
She travel
go
all
as
over
much
the
as
world.
I go, but if you like, I know some women that say that their husband literally will not go anywhere with them. Some and so I've learned that some people are content if they're on vacation, they just want to sit in the house and they're okay. That's just not me. Like, especially since I'm single, like I'm gonna live my life and I'm gonna enjoy until someone comes along, and hopefully whoever comes along, they're also interested in traveling because you get to experience so much. You know, you learn about different cultures, you learn about yourself, you know, and everything is not just in your four, especially, you know, Beaumont. Like you really should get out
Yeah,
because
for
it's
sure.
not just what you see.
For sure.
You know, and I think also that opens up your tolerance to other people and other cultures, so you can understand people. So
yeah,
for me, it's deeper than just traveling. It's also how you treat other people, how you accept other people, like your views on other stuff. So it's like, if it's like just a closed mind, that's where I can't get with you on. But to answer the question, would I date someone who settled for me? If I somehow found out that this person was settling, like if I overheard something, saw something, I don't know how you would find out. But no, I definitely would end it right then and there, because what's the point? Like, all you're going to do is make my life miserable, or you're going to go out and cheat because you really don't want to be here anyway.
Yeah, no doubt. Facts.
and so you set yourself up for failure.
Yeah. Okay. So let me move on. Let's move on to another topic. Let's get it going. Okay. Let's talk about, let's just talk about how females, does the way a female dress dictates how a man treats her? Do y'all think, do you think that, especially in this area, so,
I don't know, y'all men, so y'all let me know.
I mean, look, I mean, let me say this. Okay, so if I'm in the store grocery shopping, and I see a female in there, she might have on like some booty shorts or something, you know what I'm saying, and showing the booty just banging, she's showing the booty. I'm gonna think a certain way, you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna think like, okay, this might not be the type of person that I might, want to, get serious with, because I mean, who goes to the store dressed like that or whatever? And I think it's all perception, man. It's just all what you show a person. And you, if you don't know that person, then you're gonna go by the perception, and you're gonna go by the image that they're, what I'm saying, showing towards you. So I think as far as a guy is gonna see a female and they gonna be like, damn, she got on some tights, she don't got no drawers on or whatever. So you gonna think a certain way. You're gonna be like, oh, okay, you know what I'm saying? That's the first thing gonna come to mind. He's not gonna try to get to know her for her mind. He's gonna try to get to know her to smash her or whatever, or have sex. Yeah. So I think, how she dressed, it's gonna come across. So if a guy see a chick or whatever, and he's, what I'm saying, in Kroger's or something like that, and she has on like a business suit or something like that, then he's not just gonna come up there like, hey, baby girl, hey, you know what I'm saying? I think he's gonna have to come a little different on his approach. So I think that, unfortunately, I think that a guy's gonna judge a female on, you know what I'm saying, of how she dresses. And I think
I
that's
mean,
just the
I got to co-sign on that. Seriously, man, I got to co-sign on that because it's, and like you said, and what you just said at the very end. Unfortunately, it's an unfortunate thing because it's just like, okay, I'm a private dude. I'm a really private dude, and I kind of like what I see as sexy is, is what I like as sexy is covered. Honestly, I mean, I like the mystery behind it. So I don't want to see your booty hanging out all the time. And if I'm not going to holler, I'm not going to step to you like that because the thing is, I don't want everybody to see what I'm getting. Okay. I don't want y'all looking at and like, dang man, B got that. Like, no, I don't want y'all looking at that. I want that to be behind closed doors. I'm the only one who can see what B getting. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So I
Yeah.
don't want the whole world knowing that. And on top of that too, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that, I'm not, judging or putting anybody down who does dress this way. It's just the fact that it's not for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like if you're walking around with your kids like that, I kind of feel some type of way about that, honestly. So again, it's it's not a vindication against these individuals who dress this way. It's just like I said, for my personal liking, I like shoot, I can't even think of that girl's name. There was this one celebrity girl who, I mean, she is gorgeous, drop dead gorgeous. But you never see her in anything crazy and provocative unless it's like in a movie role or something like that. But in her everyday life, whenever you see her like on a red carpet affair or something like that, dude, she's dressed to the nine. She's still sexy, but she's completely covered up. Nothing super skin tight or anything like that. You don't have any kind of anything exposed. I mean, everything is left up to the imagination, and I think that's beautiful. So give me that every day of the week.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll say as a female, now of course when I was younger it was a different story, but our clothes also didn't look like they look today either when I was younger. But I think how you walk out, how you present yourself is how people approach you. So you may not want certain people approaching you. That person's gonna, you're gonna attract, like you said, a suit or whatever. You're gonna attract a different person based on how you're dating, because people look at you and they say, okay, like you said, okay, I only want to smash, or this person's in a business suit, so I know I got to come correct on this. So I think with different people, I can even say as a female, I'm tired of seeing TNA all over the internet. Like, I just don't think that every single time you post something, like I see so many females on Instagram, because now it's all about likes, right?
Yeah.
And of course you get paid, the more followers you have, the more likes you have, you get paid.
No
so
doubt.
Everybody now is trying to become this Instagram model, and it's just all ass shots. Like, this is your whole entire page. And it's like, but then you're wondering why you may only be getting a certain type of guy, or why you're still single. Because like you said, like, I don't want everybody else seeing what my woman has.
And to be honest with you, like, not to switch subjects, but these Instagram models, like, if you go to, they don't show their childhood or nothing like that. They only show like 2 years, you know what I'm saying, ago. So you don't get to learn that person. All you get to see is booty shots and tight clothing and stuff like that. So yeah, you're gonna attract the type of guy that's really just want to knock you down or whatever. But that's
now everybody's getting surgery, and like everybody, like, all from a female perspective, it's all about what can I attract, and what can I get from this situation.
Hey, are you feeling pressured because a lot of females are getting surgery now, and is it competition?
Definitely not. I love the way I look. I've always been different with my natural hair.
Okay, bet that.
So I mean, that's always living in Atlanta for as long as I did, with all the weave. Like, that was.
Hey, how was it in ATL? Because I was looking at, somebody was saying, it's like, I forgot that word they said, but ATL, they was dogging it. They was talking about how to. Look, I do not knock if you're gay, straight, Catholic, atheist, but they was talking about how it was just the devil's playground out there.
I think any place you live, you can always find trouble. So you go looking for it, you're gonna find it.
Amen to that.
It's just a bigger city with more. It's more accepting of certain things, so you have more options. There's literally something for everybody out there. It's not conservative. Now that's just Atlanta, and I think a lot of people don't understand that Atlanta and that's the only place where you get the craziness. Outside of that, it is very, very country, very conservative. So I think a lot of people don't know that. It's just ATL. But no, I don't feel pressure to do anything. I actually have to have surgery because I have fibroids, and I don't want to have surgery because I don't want to go under the knife. Yeah. So when I see people electing to go under just for their figure, just not knowing everything, but also I don't want to look like everybody else. Yeah. So I do like me. I like what I can do with my hair. I've been blessed with TNA. So I don't really, what a lot of people are trying to achieve, I actually already have. So I've never felt pressure no matter what side, even though I'm a lot bigger than I used to be. Like I still don't feel pressure. Like I told you, I was doing training earlier today. So I'm trying to do it the natural way.
For sure. I still can't believe you.
If you have surgery, I think a lot of females don't realize that whatever got you to the point of how you look today, surgery doesn't fix the issue. So if you had bad eating habits, if you're drinking all the time, you can still gain all that weight back if you had a BBL. And I don't think people really pay attention to that part.
Yeah. So, I heard you gotta like work out and exercise.
And if you didn't have those habits before,
in fact, you gotta do double time.
Yeah, and now that you look a certain way, you're gonna feel like, well, why I gotta do that when I look amazing? Why am I gonna, do that? And also, everyone ain't good. So I would be afraid that I would be one of those botched. I see so many women with botched BBLs. I don't want to look like that. So
I always be thinking like it's gonna be me or whatever. Like when I go over a bridge, I'll be like, it'll be me that bust a tire and flip over this bridge. The first guy in history that did that.
So I'm gonna and work out and because then I can control how my body looks and I can be proud of what I did because I know that I did it and I can maintain it because I'm learning what to do.
I still can't believe you 5'5", 5'6". I swear to God on everything. Like 6'1".
Well, how tall are you, Floyd? How tall are you?
I'm 5'6". I'm 5'6".
Okay.
Well, I thought she was like I thought you was like 6'1", 6'2". I don't know why I thought that.
I don't know why.
Holy cow!
Wow, bro.
I'm a short
man. It blew my mind today, bro. I'm gonna go to sleep thinking like, damn, she's 5'5".
Hey, bro, gonna wake up in the middle of the night, gonna be like, man.
Like, bro, be like, that's the only thing he took from the show.
Yeah, right.
He's gonna be, man, this is a great episode, guys. Y'all should have. I found out Brandy's actually 5'5".
That's dope, man. Hey, let's go into the last question, man. Brandy was avoiding. She was avoiding this question.
I was avoiding the question.
Yo.
I just said if my mom was all.
Yeah, tell mom at the minute and 1 hour and 8 minutes and 35 seconds to cut it off. But anyway, man, do y'all think it's wrong if your man or Brandy, if your man or Bear, if our girl is watching porn alone? Y'all think that's a bad thing? No. I'm telling you, I'm finna tell y'all why I disagree with you, Brandy. But Bear, what you think?
Okay. All right, this probably gonna sound crazy. I ain't never watched porn in my life.
What?
I ain't never watched porn in my life.
Wow.
I ain't never watched porn.
Whoa.
Man, let me tell you. I ain't never watched porn. I ain't never been to a strip club. And let me tell you the reason why.
Oh.
Let me tell you the reason. Let me tell you the reason why.
You lived a very clean life.
Oh no, I ain't living a very clean life, but I mean, because as far as that, okay, maybe. But here's my thing: if I can't touch it, I don't want to see it.
Okay.
I'm just gonna be real. If I can't touch it, I don't want to see it. I mean, I don't want you dancing in front of me, booty butt naked, and I can't do nothing with you.
Hey, this
I
whole
can't sit
You just nothing at the strip club.
And look, I'm pretty sure I'm not.
It's been a minute since I went.
For real. Yeah, I mean, people glorify strip clubs because of Players Club. That's the first time I ever heard about strip clubs back when I was back in the day. And everybody blew it up because of Diamond back then, but not everybody Diamond, dude. So, so I'm not, as I said, if I was good without it. But my thing is, okay, and it depends on what they're watching it for. Now, if your gal or if your guy is watching it because I've heard people give this argument, they're trying to get some new ideas because they really don't watch porn for the porn, but they're trying to spice up things in the bedroom or whatever like that. So they trying to get some ideas. I'm like, okay,
Bear. Let me tell you this, Bear. Let me tell you this, Bear. Man, people are not watching porn to get new ideas. Now they might watch it and then afterwards they'll be like, "Oh, damn, that's kind of dope. I might try it," but they don't go.
I believe that. Oh, I believe that.
They don't go into it. Let me watch this porn and try something new on my baby or something like that. They like, yeah, nah, let me.
I will say I have learned a couple of things from.
Oh snap!
Okay. Drop the bomb on that one, dude. I'm about to say you gotta drop the bomb.
Oh snap! Okay, let me tell you this. This is why I think it's wrong if your man or your girl watches porn. Now, if they only watching a particular porn star, then I'm feeling some kind of way. Why are you watching a certain guy have sex? I can see if it was different type of porn.
That's low key cheating, man.
Yeah. If you if you only want to watch this one guy have sex, I have a problem with that. All right. If you want to watch,
because you trying to compare him to me.
Yeah. And if we having sex, then I might think you might be imagining this guy or whatever because you're always watching this guy have have sex. I don't like that. That's cheating. To me, you're cheating. You're constantly watching this guy. You're fantasizing. You're looking at his parts. You're looking at his body parts.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Okay. So I will say,
and all you're saying is,
yep.
And all you're saying is, that ain't you.
Either you stop watching them or it's over.
No,
I'm done.
Guys, that's y'all ego. No,
it's over. I don't care if we get
ultimatum.
It's over. It's over. You keep watching this guy. You keep looking at his stuff. It's over. I'm done.
Floyd, come on, seriously. No.
One guy? You keep watching.
So back in the day, my favorites that I used to like was I liked women. So I liked Jenna Jameson, Heather Hunter. Those were like my girls.
Okay, yeah, that name sounds familiar, definitely.
You can Google them. Y'all don't know who they are. But that back in the day, they was the shit. Okay. So, no, I don't think it's wrong because it could be something, maybe for some reason, she's on her period. You know what I mean? You can't have sex, but you still want to, get off. I think there's reasons.
I don't have no problem with that.
But I think it becomes a problem when it's a constant thing where you would rather watch the porn versus be intimate with your partner. That's when I think it becomes the problem. I think it's okay to watch it together because sometimes it may start something off, that maybe, y'all wasn't doing nothing and then that kind of got y'all into the mood. Sometimes some people, especially now, y'all don't like talking about it, but at y'all's age, men are starting to have ED. It may take you a little bit extra to get aroused. So I don't personally see anything wrong with it. I just think as long as you're not sneaking to do it, like you're hiding in the closet or, every time. Yeah. I just think it depends on the level of how you're watching it.
Yeah, for
but
sure.
No, nothing's definitely wrong with it. Cause like I said, I've learned a thing or two, so I don't see nothing wrong.
Man, you know what, man? I don't like to put my business out there because we talked about that earlier. But man, I was taking a shower. You know what I'm saying? My wife busted in. She was like, "What you doing? Watching?" She said, "What you doing? Watching porn?" I was like, "How watching porn?" I was listening. Look, I was taking a shower. I was listening to Young Blue, his new album or whatever. She's like, "What you doing in here? You watching porn? Jack it off?" I'm like, what the? Like, dude, like, no.
Oh my god!
I'm watching the new album. I'm listening to a new album and stuff like that or whatever. But like we say, like if I happen to go to her history, I'm just hypothetically saying, if I go through her history and I see she's constantly watching Tim the Long Man Taylor, you know what I'm saying? I have an issue with that.
Is that a real dude?
I don't know. I just
Please tell me that ain't a real dude.
I freestyled it.
I never heard of that. But you never know.
I freestyled him. But if she constantly,
I was thinking there's probably gonna be somebody in the next. There's gonna be somebody in the next couple of months. I'll be like, I call myself Tim the Long Man.
Right. They go help them with their name.
The next door neighbor, Tim the Long Man. You know, because Tim the Man, what was that show? What was that
copyright there? Yeah. Tool Time, whatever it was. What was it?
Yeah,
I know what show you talk about, man.
Yeah. And his name, yeah. So, but if I constantly see that that's all she's watching, I have an issue with that. She's cheating on me. She like.
But why? I mean, what if she just needs? What if she just wants to get off on her own one day? What if you at work? What if you work a long shift?
You don't have to constantly watching that guy. Watch somebody else. You don't have to constantly watch that guy.
He may do it for her. You know what I mean? Like, hey, I think
I'm not feeling that.
I feel like if you watch it, well, okay, I'll speak for myself. If I'm watching it, I'm only watching certain people anyway, because everybody not gonna do it for me. I don't like certain people. So if I like the look, yeah, I like the look.
My boy Jude, wow, man.
I know, I'm looking at it too.
Dang, my boy Jude. Hey, shout out to my boy Jude, man. That's the homie. That's the homie too, right there. Shout out to my boy Jude, man.
Yeah, I don't know about that, Jude.
I ain't going all that way.
There's different levels, and everybody's.
Jude say if he get it, he got to get it.
No, we got to stop that.
Man, bro.
Yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with it. That's what I'm saying.
Man, I'm thinking about man.
Man.
I ain't finna talk about that. I had an awful flashback when I was younger, but I ain't finna talk about that. But
we ain't gonna talk about that. Man, come on, let's switch it up.
I don't think I'm saying she lied.
She lied.
She lied. That's all I gotta say. She lied.
Or she started. You never know.
I don't know. I don't know.
You could have caused it to come down. So you never know.
Who knows? So Brandy, you know what I'm saying? You saying all this and your brother's actually watching. So y'all are, you know.
Well, me and my brother, we can talk about stuff like this.
Yeah. Okay. That's your brother in Portland.
That's Portland, Oregon. Yeah.
Is he single?
He is single as well. And we have these conversations too, because
okay.
He also, so it's also on the men's side. Like from my side, I give my side, I ask questions, and he also asks questions, and it's the same thing, you know, like people just they want the relationship, but they don't want that work. They want to be with somebody, but they don't want to go through everything else. And I think a lot of people say they want one thing, but they really don't. A lot of people don't know what they want. They really don't.
So you and your brother give each other the game.
Because I think a lot of people had. Oh,
go ahead, man.
I was just going to say, I think people just don't take the time out to actually learn themselves and figure out who they are. That's probably part of a problem on that. What you were just saying, Brandy. You know, I mean, they just don't take the time to get to know themselves and I guess complete themselves, be better with themselves or something. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out how
happy with themselves.
Yeah, they're not, you know, and it's mainly because it just kind of wraps back up to what we talked about earlier. There's this keeping up with the Joneses mentality that Facebook and social media has programmed into a lot of people's heads that, man, my life needs to be as glorious as this person's life is projected to be. And I say projected because this is what they want you to see. You don't know what's going on behind closed doors. Behind closed doors, you thinking, oh man, they got it good, man. They always traveling. They in chemo this week, and they're having a good life and eating brunch all the time and driving these nice little rides and everything. And behind closed doors, they fool around and probably scrimping and scraping and scratching to keep the lights on at the house, arguing with each other all the time, sleeping in separate beds or separate rooms sometimes. Or shoot, I even know this one couple who they've been married for about 15, 20 years, man. And dude has his own apartment.
Damn, man.
Different addresses. They
she knows. Okay.
Huh? They know. She knows. They have different addresses, man, and it's crazy. It's not even. I mean, I could just imagine what the kids are going through because they got like 2 kids, so I could only imagine the kids going through. They have like separate addresses and everything. But they put this persona going on like, oh, they're living their best life. Like, what kind of life is that? Y'all miserable.
I mean, if it works for them, I don't see how it works. There's got to be a reason why they staying together. I can't figure that one out. But if I get married, we under the same roof.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
we under the same roof, and we under the same roof, and we in the same room.
Because to me,
we under the same roof and under the same sheets.
Yeah, for sure.
You got the same. I mean, you got your own apartment. I don't know what you're doing when I'm not there. Mm-hmm. You could be having other people.
It's like y'all dating.
A whole separate, another relationship going on.
It's almost like y'all dating.
That's exactly. And that's barely dating. That's barely dating because the thing is, it's like, okay, they already know that they ain't got no problem with putting their business out there, so they ain't gonna mind me saying something about this, but they don't even talk, you know. I mean, seriously, they barely even talk to each other. So I mean, it's completely crazy. And it's just
so. What's sad, their reason for staying married?
Yeah,
I mean, have you asked them?
I think it's like kids and like finances, you know, like somebody's insurance is like really good or something like that.
Yeah, because the finances is gonna be a little difficult because now y'all paying two different rent, mortgage, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
Shit, nowadays both of them going up.
They go out in the backyard.
Yeah. I mean, they make it good bank. I'm not going to front.
Oh,
they make it good bank.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. That's why he's able to do
it. I guess.
I don't know. That's a no for me.
Yeah. Look, I'm not even gonna lie. I think if you're a couple, I'm
with you.
I think it's mandatory. I think it's mandatory to have you like a little man cave or a little she cave, or you could just go where you have your little pea set and stuff like that. And I think it's kind of
have your own space. Yeah.
Have your own space where you could just zone out and zen and do whatever you got to do, man. And you know, I'm not saying lock yourself in a room and you know, if they knock on the door, you don't answer and stuff like that. But I think if you have your own space where you're comfortable and you're chilling, I think that's mandatory for a couple.
Yeah, I think life is too short to be miserable and to be doing stuff like that, because at the end of the day, like, how is that helping you? Just in general, you know, like how is that affecting you mentally? Like, how are you saying that this is okay? Like in that situation, I would definitely say that is a settling situation, because I can't really believe that someone got married to end up in that situation.
No.
And I'm accepting this, because to me, settling is accepting less than what you deserve. So I feel like I'm accepting this situation, but this, I'm not saying I don't know the people, but I just personally don't believe that anybody is okay with that.
Yeah. Yeah. And let me, like my situation. Okay. Growing up in the North End. This might be off a topic or whatever, but growing up in the North End, you know, the females that I dated at the time, they was
North Side.
Man, they was wild, dog. I think they could beat me up. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, dog. They was thugging harder than me. They was going to jail. They was doing all kind of shit or whatever.
Oh yeah, wow.
Yeah, they was wilding out or whatever. But when
Yeah,
I
for
met my
real
wife,
though.
she was calm, she was peaceful. You know what I'm saying? And that was something that like it really attracted me. You know what I'm saying? Like she was different. She wasn't like it wasn't no drama attached to her. She was like low key. She was chill. And
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Let me revert back to peace. I thought it was just peaceful. When I went out with her, we dated. It was just like, it was like the North End, let me say like the North End was violent. It was like she was like Lumberton or something. She was like,
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? It was
that's
like,
a whole other world.
yeah, it's like it was totally different. It was like, oh man, you know what I'm saying? It's
These are
like,
the burbs.
yeah, it's like, oh, it's different right here, man. It's like I don't have to worry about
Yeah.
her like
Yeah.
punching on me or something like that or whatever. But I just think like and I'm just going totally off field with this, but I think
Yes.
like as far as peace wise, and I think this is the Grey Goose. Yo, shout out to Grey Goose, man, because I mean but guys, because I don't know what I guys find you a female that's gonna bring peace in your life, that's comfort. You don't have to go through that toxic stage, and females too.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and I think sometimes we confuse like chaos for passion. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yes.
relationship, like when
Yes.
they like, oh girl, he got mad, and we get confused by that, man. You
Very
know what I'm
toxic.
saying?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
find you somebody that's gonna bring peace in your life and that's gonna want to grow and build with you instead of like drama and trouble and toxic and y'all break up and y'all get back together and have this incredible makeup sex and stuff like that. That's not the vibe.
That's not the life.
Okay.
Wow.
So
So I want to say, I want to give another shout out to Ashley Fox. She is tuning
Ashley
in
Fox.
from Georgia.
Oh, Ashley
Yeah,
Fox. Okay, hey,
I
shout
got
out
you.
to
I got
Jordan
you
in the building.
worldwide,
Okay.
boy.
Hey, Ashley.
I'm
Hey, share
telling you,
this to
GA in the building, huh?
share this to all your GA friends and family and
Yes,
stuff like Ashley Fox. Is that a real name, Ashley Fox?
that is her real name, Foxy. Yes, I
Okay,
call her
okay.
Foxy.
Foxy in the building. Okay, all right. Was she turned up when the Braves won too?
Yeah, we Brave fans, yo.
Okay, she says sometimes men are less likely to divorce because they usually take the brunt financially and don't want to. They don't want to choose to stay married. Okay, yeah. I mean, yeah. Hey, divorce sometimes. Well, Barry,
Hey,
you
that's
going through
legit.
it. You going through it. So, man, I mean, how do you feel
Yeah.
about that? As far as like, guys don't want to get. Hey, they always say it's cheaper to keep her. We always hear that it's
But
cheaper to
what
keep
about
her.
your piece? Yeah, it's cheaper,
Yeah, they do.
but
You know what they do, and
yeah,
and
Shit.
I'm
Oh,
gonna,
excuse me.
yeah. Look, and I was just about to get on that, and that's legit. It's not even just the whole. It's not even just the finances part about it, because let's
Mm-hmm.
just keep it real. The courts don't like men. The courts hate
Mm-mm,
men.
mm-mm,
The court's
mm-mm,
they
gonna
don't
go
like
mm-mm,
around and let
what?
the
mm-mm.
children.
I
I mean,
didn't
let
hear
the
that.
children be with the women, with the woman,
The
the mother.
courts don't like
They don't like
men.
men.
Oh,
They
Oh.
don't
oh,
like men.
Brand
They like the
Brandy work at.
nah.
Oh, well, I don't know where Brandy work at.
The
I
Hey,
work
courts,
at
Brand.
yeah, the
their
courts don't
house.
like
Yes,
men.
I didn't want.
I don't work in family court though.
Oh, okay, okay,
I do work at the court. I don't work in family court.
okay. But yeah, I'm.
Don't get married. Okay.
But but guys do try not to get divorced because the finances number one that hits hard. But at the same
And
time
it hits
too,
hard. Yeah.
they don't get a chance to see their kids. If they want to see their kids, it's like okay, you can have them every other weekend and that's it. And the mom gets to keep the
Yeah, that
kids for all the
sucks.
time between that. You know what I'm saying?
But
And
why does it
Yeah.
that's
have to
hard
be
on
that
not even
way?
just the fathers. The huh?
I said, but why does it have to be
What's
that
that,
way? I
Brandy?
mean, why does it have to be that way?
I don't know. I don't know. It's just it's something. It for some reason, and I'm not even alone on this. I mean, I really not having too much of an issue with the whole custody thing, but um, I have a lot of friends, a lot of guy friends that well not a lot, but I've got a good handful of guy friends who have gone through divorce and have gone through custody battles and everything. And even if they're more financially stable than the baby mama is, uh, she's getting full custody. And I don't understand.
Mm.
We've talked about this, and we're like, we just don't understand why this is. But it's just a systemic thing, and it's not even just a black thing. It's a white thing. It's a Hispanic thing too. It's just it doesn't matter. If you're a male, you have a less chance of getting custody of that child or getting full custody of that child. And I have no idea why that situation is.
Facts.
But that's a lot of how just the courts work. and it just sucks, you know. And that's another reason why, like, good guys don't want to, are put in situations where they kind of are hesitant to divorce because number one, they're going to get hit with child support, and they're going to get hit hard on that in their pockets. Number two, they're going to get hit hard on the fact that they can't have custody of their own children, or have very limited custody of their own children.
So, yeah. I'm not even gonna lie. To be honest with you, I was on child support or whatever, and I remember going down. I put myself on child support. We was actually still together, if you want to say that or whatever. We were still messing around. We were still together or whatever. And we went down there together, and I remember in the child support thing, because my son was like maybe like a year or something, and the lady was like, do you want to put back child support on him? I was like, I looked at her. Right. I mean, she was like, nah. She's like, are you sure? So you don't want to put it back? She's like, nah, I don't. She said, okay, I'm gonna ask you one more time. She said, do you want back child support? She was like, no, I don't.
What is that? And, you see what I'm saying?
Look, it was another guy on the side. It was another guy on the side of me, and he looked at me, and I looked at him, and it was like, bro, like we both like we know like the system was against us. And she said no, and that lady kind of got mad. And I remember that lady said, how much you make? I said, man, I think I make about 16 or whatever. This was like 2000 and whatever 2 or something like that. So I think I make about 16. She's like, oh, don't worry about it, I know how much you make. I was like, damn. I remember leaving out there, and I was like, jeez, or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, the system is not for us when it comes to child support or whatever. And
it really ain't
my idea. It really ain't or whatever. But I mean,
it really ain't.
But I can say, because I'm from the other side, so I can say I did work for 2 years in juvenile, and there are lots of men that get, you just have to fight. And that's the thing. A lot of men don't fight because of time, because of money, because of frustration. But I've seen women give up children because
they
realized that was going to get the child. Like one woman was so determined to make his life difficult, she switched the school that the child was going to because the dad was taking the baby to school every day, and she switched school intentionally. Like, and he had text messages, and that's what I'm saying. With any man, save y'all text messages. You know, save every single thing. If that's the only way you can communicate, there's co-parenting apps out there for y'all to actually communicate without having to go with the back and forth. But save all that stuff because you can use that against that person.
Damn, they got apps.
Yeah, there's co-parenting apps. I'll get y'all that later. But yeah, you can literally can help yourself. And this woman literally, once she found out that it wasn't going in her favor, she literally stood up in the middle of court and said, F it, he can have her, and walked out the courtroom. Because it wasn't ever about the child.
Jeez.
It was about how can I make his life miserable. And that's what a lot of women do. If he ain't with me, I'm going to make his life miserable.
Brandy, let me ask you this. I don't know for sure, but when can that child
that's a trifling.
When can that kid say, you know what, I want to stay with my dad? I don't want to stay with my mama.
It depends on the judge. So I've seen children as young as 7.
Really?
In there. So a lot of times they'll take them in the back.
I thought they had to be like 13 or something.
I thought it was like 12 or 13 or something.
And I'm from a different state. I've only been out here for a year, so
okay.
I've seen.
Okay. Yeah. No, you're good.
So I've seen them, 15, 16. It all depends on the situation. It depends on, because they always talk to the child. They don't talk to the child in front of the parents because that's an uncomfortable situation, and you don't ever want to put that child in a situation where they don't want to talk. But behind closed doors, that judge will go in there and talk to that child, and they will make a decision based on that. But I really don't think it should even be there. I don't really understand. I mean, of course, I'm not a parent, but I really don't understand why people can't get along and put the child's best interest in F whatever happened to us is over with. So if we're really focused on this child, why aren't we putting that child's best interest ahead, because
it don't be about the child.
It don't have to be every other weekend. It could be, hey, if we're in the same city and I'm close enough, I can pick that child up every morning or drop them off, pick them up from school, drop them off from school, where you can still see that child every day. It's between you and that mother. But a lot of times it does get bitter because it's more about what happened in the relationship versus what actually happened, whatever's in the best interest of the child.
But it don't be the best. Oh, okay, we lost Bear, but he probably might pop back up.
Cheryl says 12 years old in the state of Texas.
Yeah, okay.
That they can say that they want to stay with the other parent.
Yeah.
Okay. One more shout out. I know I'm giving all these shout outs, but I'm just
I don't care. It's all good. Shout them all out.
Hogan is also from Georgia.
So that's the Kia. Oh, dang, your people are deep on here.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Dang it.
Okay, Georgia in the building.
I told everybody to log in. So yes.
Hey man, make sure y'all don't log in just because Brandy on here. Y'all like the page, all right? Go ahead and like the page. Don't be logging on here just because she on here and then be tapping out and I don't hear from y'all again. But
for real,
it don't be about the kid,
going.
man. It be about it's the ego. It's be like I don't like him. I hate him. So, and that's the number one thing you could use against a man or a female is their kid.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like on everything. That's the most stressful thing ever to me. Because I've been through it. Is when she used the kid against you. I mean, like as far as like you be like, okay, I'm finna go. I'm picking up my son. I'll be there at 7:00. Okay, cool. All right, you pull up 7:00. Nobody's home. Hey, where are you? Oh, we went such and such.
But that's intentional, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, but you go through that though. Like, unfortunately,
I'm not saying it's okay. I will tell you that I talked to a female. She was older, and she said when she was younger, she intentionally did that because for her, even though it was negative attention, the man was still giving her some kind of attention, and that was her thing. I'm going to make it difficult, even if he yelling at me and he mad and we arguing. But he's still paying attention. In her mind, he's still paying attention. He cares because, like you said, a lot of people think you're passionate or you still care because I'm yelling at you. I'm fussing. We fighting. We arguing. And so in her mind, that's what she intentionally did. And that's why I'm saying, like, that's why I say save those text messages. Save those voicemails. If you get some craziness, just save it. And you can, and also, they will arrest women and hold them in contempt.
Take her ass to jail.
There's so, and that's why I say y'all have to fight because there's so much that y'all don't know. I see everything, so literally, you have to fight. Who is this Facebook user? I feel like I know who it is.
I don't know, but I was you're going to jail. I ain't gonna lie. I was sending a female to jail so fast and be smiling.
Because they do it to men all the time. And it's very sad that
they really do. They really
I have seen men go to jail.
And dudes be doing the right things.
Yeah, they just be behind and they'll literally take them to court because they're behind. And I'm like, why would you do that to the father of your children? Like, why would you want him to go to jail?
Man, that's crazy.
So he can lose his job. So now he can get even further behind. Like,
man, I'm talking like that to somebody.
I don't understand how that works in some women's minds.
I'm about to say that's not helping anything.
Yeah, they hate the man that much because I'm like, at the end of the day, that's your choice. Like, it's a reflection of you as well. That's the person that you chose to have a child with.
Yep.
So how you gonna be mad at just him? You need to be mad at yourself.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Sometimes, you know, you don't know who that person is after a certain amount of time. You know, it'll be like, damn, like I didn't know he was that treacherous, you know what I'm saying, to be keeping my son and my daughter away from me. Or like, damn, where did this come from? Like, sheesh. But man, I ain't gonna lie, I've been through it. I've been through it. And anybody else that goes through it, man, all I got to say is, just you know, just keep praying. And then one day you'll get out of it. You know what I'm saying? So I say pray on. Hey, Chris. Who is Chris?
Facebook user is Chris Gilliam.
How you know?
Because she just posted.
Facebook user said, huh?
I thought it was something I said. Like, damn.
No. She is in Decatur, Georgia. So yeah.
Oh, she in the hood.
Yeah.
Is Decatur the hood?
Okay.
It ain't the hood.
I heard Decatur was the hood.
It ain't the
She
hood.
in the hood right now, y'all. Shout out to Decatur, the hood. Hey, Georgia in a building right now.
Yes, all my Georgia.
I know, right? That's what I'm saying.
Why haven't you moved back to Georgia? What's up? Why are you not in Georgia right now?
Well, I moved.
Yeah,
why Louisiana? It's not the hood. I knew it's not the hood.
Yes, and no, it's not the hood.
Yeah. So I mean, as I get older, like everybody has their own families, their children, and everything. You kind of start getting excluded from things, and people are getting older. There was lots of times where I had to come back home, and when stuff happens and you're too far away, 12 hours is too long of a drive in an emergency. And we had that happen several times where my brother was in El Paso at the time, and he in Texas, and it literally took us the same amount of time to get back to Beaumont for when my mom had a stroke. My brother was in a car accident.
Yeah.
Our other brother was in a car accident, and it was they didn't know if he was gonna live. And when you snip their drive, that's a long ass drive to think about what the heck is going on. So after a few times of coming back home for emergencies, and being older, like I just wanted to be closer within the 5-hour range. So this is close.
For sure, I feel that.
Beaumont wasn't an option.
I still can't believe that you went for the Braves. You went for the Braves.
Beaumont is not an option.
But yeah, Beaumont's not an option.
Borac. I've been hearing people call Beaumont Borac. Yo, man, this dude Borac. Like Iraq, Borac.
It's pretty hard, but so you talking about the Braves versus the Astros? Of course, I'm gonna go with the Braves.
Why you didn't go with Texas?
Because
Well, I mean, so you was born.
I was out there for 13 years. That was my home team.
Was you born and raised in El Paso?
No, I was born. Well, I moved a lot. So my stepdad worked for Chevron. So
big dollars.
Okay. Yeah. So so let's say 5th grade. From 5th grade to 10th grade, I went to different school every year. So, Did your brother as a child?
Hey, where'd your brother? Your brother, did he live in Beaumont?
Yeah, he lived in Beaumont. Yeah,
I mean, he from the North End.
He said Beaumont's definitely not an option.
He from the North End, huh?
No, we lived where we lived off of Folsom, behind the mall.
Oh, okay, all right, okay.
I don't know what side of town that is, though.
Folsom. I mean, you can't call Folsom the North End. It's just behind the mall or something like that.
Yeah, it's about a mall. I don't really know where.
Yeah, for real. I mean, that's not even West Side.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. To be honest with you,
I don't need.
Whatever.
That's Parkdale area.
It's definitely
Parkdale side.
Yeah, where you from, Parkdale?
The only way that I would intentionally go back there would be for 6 figures, or if I'm getting married. Other than that, it's not an option.
Look, I'm not even gonna lie. I apologize, Facebook user. I don't know why it shows Facebook user, to be honest with you. Maybe I might look into that, but I never looked into that. I never took care of that for the Facebook users that pop up. Because I have a person, she always comes on the show. She's a therapist.
Anonymous.
Trina.
He or she.
Her name is Trina. And she always is, she comes on the show a lot. But when she's not on the show, when she comes on, it says Facebook user when she makes comments. I don't know why. I will Google that. I will find out and see why it says that or whatever. But hey, it's not my fault or whatever and stuff like that. So
they having a whole conversation.
Just getting in the comments.
I know. They ain't even paying attention to they ain't even paying attention to the episode no more, man. It's all about this Facebook movement, Facebook user mystery now.
Yeah, for sure. I appreciate them for tapping in. Like I said, man, I hope y'all like the page. I hope y'all know just on here because y'all see Brandy and that's y'all homie. Y'all be like, hey, Brandy on there, or whatever and stuff like that. But shout out to Ashley Fox. Ashley Fox is where's she from? Is she from Georgia?
No, Ashley is from Washington State.
She looks Caucasian. Is she Caucasian?
She is Caucasian.
Okay, all right. She look a little light skin on there though. And
Funny
she got
story
I know,
is
right?
when we
See,
met
that's what I
Ashley,
thought.
we didn't know Ashley was white when we first met her.
Oh snap. Okay, so I'm good.
Only because she was always
Yeah.
around black people. So I thought she was just a really light black person.
Washington.
Or like a mixed person. Like I really wasn't sure, you know.
So she's from Washington State and she was in Atlanta.
Yes.
Oh yeah, she was out there turned up. She is out there from Washington. What is it? What is it in Washington?
Yeah,
what they do in Washington?
I've never been. I have no idea.
Washington. I thought you've been to Portland.
That's Oregon.
Yeah, Portland, Oregon. My bad.
Yeah, that's
okay. All right.
It's a few hours away. I haven't been there yet.
Okay.
I'm working on it. I'm working my list. I've been at 26 out of 50 states, so I'm working on it.
Dang.
That's
so
my
guys,
goal.
so guys, if you're interested in Brandy, she likes to travel. She's like 5'5". She's like 5'5", 5'6". She likes to travel, and she's been to 26 out of 50 states. So get your passport.
Definitely get your passport.
Get your passport.
Get your passport.
Before you even try to holler at her, get your passport.
Make
and don't
sure
have no
your passport is updated.
Yeah, and
no expired. Oh yeah, don't have no record. Please, no records.
No felonies.
Oh, definitely.
And I'm not talking about. Look, we ain't talking about just no records or no felonies in your state. We talking about state. I mean, from state to state. Don't want to travel to Indiana. All of a sudden, you just pop up on the warrants. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You go to Indianapolis, pop up on the warrants out of nowhere, be like, whoa, what's really happening?
Mm-hmm.
Pick you up at the airport, be like, no, sir, we've been waiting on you.
Oh, somebody say she looked like Mariah Carey. Oh, damn. Ashley Fox looking like Mariah Carey?
Yes, for Halloween, she was Mariah Carey, and it was crazy.
What?
Shut up.
Yes.
Shut up.
That I can't really
Ashley
see
out
the
there built All I Want for Christmas.
I'll have to post share a picture. Like, it was
looking
crazy.
like Mariah Carey?
She looked like Mariah.
But does she sing like Mariah?
Is she single?
She does not sing,
is she single?
but she is single.
Okay, guys, she's single and she looks
Ashley
like Mariah
is single.
Okay.
She owns her own home. She works for the production studios out there.
Okay,
studio. Where?
Woman.
Where's production studio at? I'm trying.
I don't know the name of the studio, but she did work with the show Ozark. That was pretty cool.
Oh, I watched Ozark.
Ashley's out there being big things.
Oh,
big things.
Oh,
yo, I watched every season of Ozark.
Yeah,
Ashley.
I watched every season.
She has no kids.
I'm gonna have to look for her name on the credits.
No kids.
No kids. A lot of my friends, we don't have kids. It's a lot of single ladies out there without children. So, yes.
No kids from Ashley. Ashley looked like Mariah Carey.
She's a driver in the film industry.
But what's that mean? She a driver? Was she just?
I have to look for her name on the credits.
She's got her CDL license. So yeah, she used to drive 18-wheelers, and now she's doing it for the film industry.
Okay, Ozark season 4. Okay, all right. Yeah, I watched them all. I watched every season except for the last season or whatever.
Okay, bet that.
What's up, Ashley Fox? I don't think that's her last name though.
That is her last
name. Ashley Fox, like Jamie Foxx.
My friends are doing it. Yes.
Ashley Foxy. Ashley Foxy.
So just know, guys, they're always saying there's no good women out there. Ashley is a good woman, and they are out there. They're doing their thing, and the reason why y'all don't see us is because we're not on social media. We're not half naked on social media. We're not out in the club. We're taking care of our business.
Ashley Fox. Shout out to Ashley Fox.
Praises
for Brandy. Good women out there that's single, no kids. So guys, there you go, right there. hit they inbox up ASAP because it's gonna be flooded.
There you go. It's
gonna be flooded. Man, look, man, I appreciate y'all coming on the show, rocking out with your boy, man. You know what I'm saying? Bear.
No doubt,
I appreciate you coming out. You know what I'm saying? Bear with me podcast. Y'all check that out and stuff like that. Dope podcast, man. Great personality. Brandy, I thank you for coming on.
Real quick.
Yes.
Real quick, Floyd, before you sign off, man, just want to give a shout out to all the vets who serve This is Veterans Day. Just want to give everybody their love
Like
for sacrificing that time and everything for make sure that we keep our freedoms. No matter how you may look about how we have our freedoms or whatever, we live in a time where we got it better than a heck of a lot of other countries out there. So thank you, veterans, for serving. However, anybody out there looking at wars or whatever, they still put their lives on the line for us. So shout out.
Brandy, are you a veteran?
I am not. No.
Oh.
I did Air Force ROTC in the 9th grade, but that doesn't count.
Just go ahead and post your picture.
Okay. Oh, I remember that. I remember that. I was about to say, weren't you in ROTC though, or something like that?
Hold on, y'all know each other. Now y'all know each other.
No. I wasn't in Beaumont. That's the thing. I wasn't in Beaumont.
Really?
I was in El Paso. Yeah,
Are you sure?
In 9th grade, very sure.
I might be thinking about somebody else then.
Right.
All
I didn't come back. Yeah.
Well, don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about. Apparently.
No.
Yeah. Y'all got good.
My bad.
Y'all got good chemistry.
So, yeah.
I don't know if it's the goose talking right now, but y'all got good chemistry. I'm just saying. But hey,
all right, boy.
Man, I appreciate y'all coming on, rocking out, or whatever. We do this. We're gonna do this again. We're gonna do this again whenever y'all available or whatever. You know what I'm saying? We'll do this again or whatever. But I thank y'all.
It was fun.
Thank y'all for coming on y'all, spending y'all Friday with your boy, tapping in with your boy. Like I said, this will be on YouTube right now. Like Bear With Me podcast. It's on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, all those good things. It will be on Facebook again. So if you miss it, just watch it again or whatever. But man, I thank y'all too for coming on the show, rocking out with your boy and having a good time on this Friday night, man. It was
very fun. It
was
fun.
Man. Appreciate the invite, homeboy.
Yeah, no doubt, man. And man, y'all be safe out there, and I'll see y'all again.
All right.
All right, 100.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
Bet.
All right.
All right, man. So that was the show, dog. Hey, this was a fun show, man. You know what I'm saying? I had two guests that, that I highly think they're educated, you know what I'm saying? Great conversation skills and all that, you know what I'm saying? I love their perspectives and stuff like that. But man, I appreciate y'all for tapping in with your boy, man, chiming in. I appreciate everybody that commented and everything. And like I said, man, if y'all missed most of the show, y'all could tap in on YouTube. Y'all could tap in on Spotify. Y'all could tap in on Apple Podcasts. And also, y'all could tap in next week and next Friday because we're going to do this again at 8 p.m., man. So I just want to say, man, y'all be safe out there. Y'all be blessed. Y'all be 100. And I'm going to holler at y'all soon.